Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead here. Sorry about that little delay, we had a little problem where OBS was trying to kill me. And they almost succeeded, but you know what? It did not. So, let's get right cracking on here everyone. This is the official Liquid tier list. Through this list, I will tell you all, I will educate you, I will show you the way of what is the best liquid. You all got it? You all understand? Hey, Jumi up. Hey, everyone in the chat. Anyways, don't really know what that ad is for. We're not going to show that, though. Because we are not sponsored by them. Okay, so. Starting right off. Let's go with water. Now, water. I'm sure you guys have heard of water. Water is a fantastic liquid. It cools, it warms, it does all this stuff. It boils, it freezes, it gases. Amazing liquid. However, despite how much I do like water inside me, oh, Dr. Pepper will go soon, don't worry about that. Despite how much I'd enjoy having water inside me, it does drown people. It does, in fact, make me choke on it occasionally. Ergo, I cannot with good conscience put water in S. I have to put water in A. So yeah, unfortunately everyone, water will be going in the A. Next up, Dr. Pepper. Personally, not a huge fan of Dr. Pepper. I don't think it's a very good liquid. I am not a fan of its liquid qualities, the carbonation, the anything of it. I'm going to put Dr. Pepper in the D rank. It cannot be lit on fire. It cannot be drank easily. It might physically hurt you to drink it sometimes, depending on who you are, possibly be me. The point is, not a fan of it, it's going in D. Next up, Pepsi. Pepsi, you know, on one hand, it did inspire the song Pepsi Man. And I like the song Pepsi Man. I feel like it's got a nice little vibrato to it. I don't know what a vibrato is, but I like it. However, it's still soda and therefore terrible. So, I'll give it points for Pepsi Man. It's a decent liquid. It's okay. Not good, because it's a soda. But I'll put it one above Dr. Pepper just by virtue of the fact that it did inspire Pepsi Man. Next up, milk. Milk is a fantastic liquid. It makes your bones strong. It makes your gones strong. What are gones? No one knows really, but the point is, it makes them stronger. And that's what you'll really need in your life. You need strong bones. You know, when I was a baby, I came out of the womb, I was already sucking on a cow. You know, I was just getting that milk right on out of there, right out of the udder. I just saddled right on up to one and just started, you know, getting at it. I got heinously sick from it, but you know what? It happened. And I do not regret a thing. Milk is an A tier liquid. Next up, sweat. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I feel sweat, I just get an urge to not lick it, personally. Like, yeah, supposedly it cools the body and all that, but you know, it's like, it's just a hassle to deal with. It gets everything soaked. Then you're just walking around with sweaty clothes all day. It smells awful. Really, you know, gotta say, not a huge fan of sweat. Not a fan of it. Sweat is going in the D tier. Actually, because it cools down the body, apparently, I will put it in the C tier. Why not? Let's give that a shot. Let's put it in the C tier. Sure. On a good day, you know? Why, let's just be nice. It is above Dr. Pepper. Blood. Okay, so, blood, as you all know, is what helps us keep us all alive. Sweat is basically tears with bad smell. Exactly. Sweat is exactly the tears with bad smell. That's exactly it. Alright, so y'all know blood. Blood keeps us all alive. It, you know, it's red. Problem with blood, though. It's very hard to get out of things. It tastes like metal, which, you know, personal preference, just not really into that. And it's oddly viscous depending on how much of it there is, which is kind of weird. But it is intensely important for carrying oxygen throughout the body. I'm going to put blood as a B tier liquid. Now, beer. I do not like beer. I do not find beer to be useful. I don't really drink at all, and beer does not entertain me. Beer is a D tier liquid. It can't be used for much, and what it can be used for, I am not into. Sand, which acts like a liquid if you pump air through it due to some sort of law of physics. I'm not fond of sand. You can drown in it. You can be suffocated by it. You cannot drink it despite it being technically a liquid when air is pumped through it. Gotta be honest, not a fan of sand. It is coarse, it is rough, it gets everywhere, and that is what that's about. Ladies and gentlemen, sand is a D tier liquid. Mercury. Mercury is pretty cool. You put beer in C, I get that. Mercury is pretty cool. They named a guy after it. They named a god after... Wait, was it named after the god, or was the god named after it? The planet. Either way. It's not about what came first. It's about the fact that it is a cool liquid. It, you know, it moves, it's shiny, it's metal, but it's not solid. But it does make people go crazy. And drinking it is bad for you, to say the least. So, by royal decree, mercury is a C tier liquid. Gallium. It's like mercury, but not as cool. But you can hold it and not die. Or be hurt. So, honestly, I would put it at B, but I feel like gallium is also significantly less useful than mercury. So because it's less deadly, but also because it's less useful, gallium, for me, is gonna have to be a C tier liquid. Mercury tastes like it tastes? Sure. I don't know what you're saying there, but sure. Let's go, paint. Paint is useful. I like paint. I don't like eating paint. I did that one too many times. But, you know, it's paint. It feels like paint. And I feel like we can all appreciate the feel of paint that's not quite dry, but it's mostly dry, so you can, like... It's got, like, a nice suppleness to it when you grab it. Paint, I mean. Because then, I accidentally just dropped in the B tier, but, like... Because then, it's just got this really serene sort of, like... Kind of like you're petting a lizard. But not, like, super scaly, like a cartoon lizard, where it's like they didn't bother drawing in all the scales. It's like that. That's exactly what that's like. I'm confident in that answer. So yeah, paint... Paint's a B tier liquid. I like paint. Now, human juice, which is... It's juice that you get from a human. Human juice is usually messy, and it's not even the thing you want out of that person. It's just a byproduct of what you want out of that person. So, like... I can't really, in a whole heart, recommend human juice. It's just not great. Usually, it's just there because it has to be. Kind of like a guy working at Papa John's, or Pizza Hut, Or Domino's. Really any pizza place, honestly. Or like, you know, Tim Hortons. Something like that. Basically, you show up, you do your job, but that's it. No one expects anything else of you. There are people that like people juice. Human juice tastes like salt. Agreed. Probably. I wouldn't know. Never tasted it. The point is, though, not fond of human juice. Ergo, human juice goes in the D tier. Salt water. So here's the thing about salt water. Salt water is, for lack of a better term, garbage. Now, I realize that some of the fish members of our population might enjoy salt water, they might like it. They might think it's the best thing since sliced coral. However, salt water sucks ass. It tastes like salt. It does not feel like salt. It looks like water, but does not taste like water. Which, by the way, water tastes like nothing. That's part of why it's in A tier as opposed to S tier. The thing is, about salt water, it's mid. Salt water is mid, and I'm not fond of it. But salt is essential sometimes in the diet, so it's gonna go in the C tier. Apple juice, baby! Apple juice. What can I not say about apple juice? It's moist. It's got a fine palate to it. It's got an excellent flavor. It's sugary. It's sweet. And it gets the job done. That shit'll give you energy for hours, man. And I need energy for hours. Because I am constantly falling asleep while doing stuff. But you know what, apple juice? Apple juice keeps me awake. Love apple juice. It's the best. It's going in the A tier. Because there are no drawbacks to apple juice. None. No matter what your doctor tells you. Anyway. I'm trying to remember what some of these were, actually. I'm trying to... What did I have? Hold on. I'm not putting apple juice in S. The S is reserved for something later. Let me see. Yolk. The yolk of an egg. So that's the thing about the yolk of an egg is if you drink it, it's kind of gross, but at the same time, it's kind of... How can I put this? It's like an experience. You just kind of feel the yolk of the egg. Like, it wakes you up in the morning. It's a hangover cure because no one's sane enough to take something that gross in the mouth in the morning and not be hungover afterwards. So yeah, you know, egg yolk, it can also be used to bind stuff in food, I think. Or maybe that's the yellow part, I don't know. I think it should go in the B tier, where it belongs, being an egg yolk. Just my 2 cents on it, just my thoughts. That's all I'm saying here. Next up, pudding. By the way, guys, I should clarify, what I think is a liquid is anything that I could conceivably suck through a straw. That's what I consider a liquid. So anyways, pudding. Why do I like pudding? I don't know. What do I like? Pudding. Ergo, pudding, you gotta put pudding in the A tier, right? Right? It is like, it's like chocolate happiness, or vanilla happiness, or whatever flavor you like. But it can be any flavor, and that's the best part. Pudding is excellent. A tier for pudding. Oh, I get you. You don't like pudding. Or you like pudding, but you don't like chocolate. I gotcha. Oh, well. Anyway, next up, milkshakes. Milkshakes can be sucked through a straw, ergo, technically they're a liquid. Basically, I am putting milkshakes. On one hand, usually you get a milkshake, and you put it in the fridge, and it's like, okay, it's not ice cream, but it'll work, right? It'll just stay the same. It doesn't. It doesn't stay the same, it gets worse. You put a milkshake in the fridge, that's a problem. It's great while it's fresh, usually, but not after a while. And guys, I'm looking for longevity with my liquids. My liquids have got to be longevital. It's going in the B tier, despite its deliciousness. Molten glass. Here's the thing about molten glass, everyone. Molten glass is technically a liquid, because you can squirt it around and play with it. Not that you should, because it's molten hot and going to burn you, but you could. And that's what's important. Now, I think because it's very usable and malleable and cool, let's go ahead and put it in the C tier. Yeah, you can't eat it. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, you'll die from burning yourself. But it does look cool. Ergo, C tier for molten glass. Delicious but a bit hot, like tea. Yeah, exactly like tea, except not really. In the sense that tea usually doesn't kill you afterwards. And if it does, you deserve your money back. Molten metal. Molten metal is cooler by virtue of being metal as opposed to being glass. So, I'm going to put it in the B tier because, let's be real here, guys, that is precisely where molten metal belongs. Food coloring. Never has there been a more fun thing that you should not eat directly. It is bright, it is colorful, and it is literally in the name food and coloring, despite the fact that it is not meant for food, in the sense that you don't eat it. Very deceptive, and I don't like lies. So normally I would put it in D tier. However, due to it being bright and colorful and fun, like I mentioned earlier, it is going in the C tier. That is a C tier liquid right there. You can make a lot of stuff with it. Make a lot of stuff. Now, saliva. Mercury is some molten metal at low temperature. Kinda, I guess. I see what you're saying there. Anyways, here we have saliva. Now, saliva. Let me paint a picture for you. It's a hot summer day. And you have no water. What do you have? Spit that you're making in your mouth. And you're gonna swallow it. Because you have to. Because that's how you stay hydrated in the heat. So, ladies and gentlemen, quite obviously. Also, not to mention, it breaks down starch compounds in your mouth. That is utilitarian. That it helps you with utilities in your mouth. Spit is an A tier liquid. Now here we have broth. Broth can be used for many things. It can be used to make soup. It can be used to make chicken, I think. I actually don't know how broth works, but I assume good things. And that's why broth is going in the B tier. Next up is soap. Soap does not taste nearly as good as you think it would. It looks delectable. I think we can all agree. It's all shiny. It looks like a rainbow, kind of. And it looks soft. And it is soft. But you know what? It's not edible. Do not eat soap. It's not as good as it looks. So, without further ado, because soap does luckily give the benefit of health and keeping you clean and all that, I'll put it in the B tier, but it's not getting any higher than that. Now, some of you may not recognize this image. This is the sludge they make chicken nuggets out of. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can go for a good sludge nugget. Sludge nuggets are fantastic. They taste amazing. Are they, like, nutritious? Is it something that's not going to kill me in a few years? Probably not. No, it's probably going to kill me in a few years. But that's not the point. The point is not that. The point, ladies and gentlemen, is that it tastes spectacular. And I love it. Guys, chicken sludge, the liquid, is going in A tier. Now for soup. Soup, which by the way is a liquid, mind you. Soup, I'm not fond of. Usually it tastes like things that I don't like. It involves things that I do not care about. And for the fucking last time, I do not like eating soup. And I want people who know me to stop trying to get me to eat soup. It's not that good. Also, imagine saying you're gonna eat something that's mainly a liquid. You drink soup. You don't eat soup unless there are things in the soup. At which point, you take those things out of the soup, you eat those, and then you eat the soup, the rest of it. That's how it's supposed to go. Get it? Anyway. Because it's edible, C tier. Napalm. How do I feel about napalm? Napalm is aggressive. It's got a history. I do not like dealing with it in the sense that I don't want to ever. And also, it's dangerous. And it was used for horrible things in the past. It is a D tier liquid. Gasoline. While usable and full of calories, it is not edible, unfortunately. You cannot and should not, and I cannot stress this enough, should not eat gasoline. It is apparently high in calories, but not the kind you need to live. I cannot stress this enough. Do not, any of you watching this, eat gasoline. Trust me, it tastes terrible. It also smells terrible. And even though it's useful for cars, it's going in the C tier because I am not a car. I'm an Android. As you all know, I keep saying it at the top of every stream. I'm your favorite VTuber Android. Which is weird because I get the feeling that a lot of people don't even think I'm an Android, even though I say it all the time. I'm an Android. See, there's again. I'm another Android. I did it the third time. Moving on now. Gasoline kind of does look like beer, but don't get them confused. Don't get them confused. One powers your car, the other powers a person who's been through a hard life. And that's about it. Next up, cake batter, boys. It is cake batter. I like cake batter. I'm very fond of cake batter. It's the best thing ever. Oh boy, I love cake batter. I just love putting a bunch of raw ingredients into a pan, mixing it. I'm not even planning to make a cake, which I guess kind of at that point makes it not cake batter, just cake ingredients. But, you know, I do that, I mix it all together, then I just slurp it down like a little vacuum cleaner with some tubby custard from Teletubbies. Man, that is a meal right there. Is it good for me? No. Most of what I do isn't, though. So that's not even the point. The point is, tastes awesome. Don't do it, though. It is very bad for you. I highly recommend against it. Don't actually do that. Ever. That's like a never thing. Don't do that. On the other hand, the idea that I'm baking a cake in my stomach is kind of, how do I put this? Interesting. Kind of like that one thing from Always Sunny where they had Frank eat all of the ingredients for a cake as a punishment, which I'd like to see if I could do myself. Just to, you know, really get out there. Like, see if I could eat like a bunch of flour and a couple eggs. That just sounds like breakfast to me. I mean, I down loads of flour every day. Oh yeah, take batter A tier liquid. Jello. Jello sucks ass. Jello is not great, and I'm not fond of it. Personally, I find it to be eh. Also, I see you in the chat there saying that tomato soup is S. I get that. I get that you might like that. Personally, though, you know, it's tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes in the first place. I also don't like soup. That's one of those things where the negatives don't cancel out. You know, it's just negative. I don't like soup. It's not a thing for me. Oh, Jello. Where would I put Jello? I do not like Jello. Where am I going to put Jello? Jello, because it's like, it's usually fruit flavored. Okay, that's true. You can make it fart. You know what? That'll go up an entire grade just because of that. Wherever it's at, it'll go up an entire grade just because you can make it fart. Let me see. How do I feel about Jello? Jello is just like, I don't know. Eh. It's E tier, I guess. But then I can't put it at D tier because that's, you know, make it fart. I'll put it at C tier. Why not? I don't really like Jello. Like, it's never in a flavor that I want, you know? I'm not really a fan of fruit stuff. It's in C. Next up, we got toothpaste in the house. Here's how I feel about toothpaste. Toothpaste. By God. It is... Like, if you get the right kind of toothpaste, like the sparkly kind, man, that looks like a meal and a half right there. I could, like... If toothpaste tasted as good as it looked, that would be some of the best food known to mankind. You get, like, some of that, like, the bright blue turquoise ones. Turquoise toothpaste. That looks spectacular. Could not wait to throw one of those in my gullet. However, toothpaste tastes usually like mint, and I do not like mint. I also don't like toothpaste. So, my verdict is such. Toothpaste, for being honestly mid in most aspects, and life, really, is going to go in the C tier. Yes, it keeps my teeth clean. Yes, it does all this other stuff. However, for being so appetizing looking and then also not really being edible, it's just gotta go in the C tier. And I apologize about that. Okay, next up we have the inside of an aerosol can. So you know how aerosol cans have like a liquid in them that they spray out in particles through the top? The liquid, usually on the inside, is not worth the effort it takes to break the shell and get to it. Also, it's pressurized, so it's gonna blow up if you try to bite it, which I did not enjoy. It's like one of those, like, nuts where the shell is really hard and the inside is poisonous, and people like it because it's like a delicacy, but that's really just a conspiracy by the nut industry to get people to buy more nuts. I don't know where I'm going with this. The point is, you know, nah, it's a D tier liquid. Never worth it. It's never been worth it. Now, the liquid from a liquid crystal display. There are, like, it is pretty, and I do enjoy seeing it spill out of the TV, but at the same time, TVs are expensive. I shouldn't even have to tell you guys that TVs are just not cheap. It's the opposite of what they are. In fact, I would argue that they're not only not cheap, they are expensive. So, you got a TV. You crack it open and get some of that sweet, sweet LCD inside. Liquid crystal display. Not meth, not the LSD, or acid, whatever that is. No. Liquid crystal display. LCD. You can't get any of that normally, and you gotta get it from a TV. But TVs cost a lot of money. And because it's expensive, it's going in the C rank. Hand sanitizer. A liquid that sanitizes your hands. It is very useful for, you know, keeping yourself clean and like safe and not covered in germs. But it smells like alcohol and it smells like beer and not in an appetizing way. I just don't enjoy it. So, for the smell alone, it's going in the B tier. Next up, deodorant. It's meant to make you smell good. Not in your mouth, so you can't drink it, unfortunately, but liquid deodorant is usually decent at making the smell stick because it sticks to your skin. Do I like it? No, not at all. Because it's like, I don't like the feeling of being wet and dry at the same time. However, technically it does make you smell good on the inside and on the outside as well. So, without further ado, it's going in the C tier. Magic potions. So I fought a wizard once. And that wizard was kind of an asshole. Namely, because he kept throwing potions at me. And I drank one of them, and it turned me into a horse for a little bit. That's a whole other story. But yeah, fought a wizard, became a horse, found a knight to go on adventures with. That was fun. However, you know, thing about being a horse no one tells you. Very, very hard to pick up, like, women as a horse. Not a lot of women are really into you. You're a horse, you got a mane, yeah, you look cool, but you're really only attracting horse girls at that point. And nothing against horse girls, but, you know, they're horse girls. They like horses. And as soon as I turn back into a man, or an android, I should say, mandroid even, they weren't really interested. Now, am I saying that they're attracted to horses? No. But I am saying that's when they stop being interested in me. So, you gotta really wonder at that point, am I the problem there? Or was it the horse girls? C tier for the horse thing. Hot sauce. I prefer my hots dry. I don't want a wet hotness on them. You see, a guy under the bridge gave you a magic potion. Exactly, Jumayop. Thank you. Hot sauce. I prefer dry hots, personally. Hots that are also dry. I'm very fond of that arrangement, because then I don't have to get my hands wet when I eat them. But of course, if the hot sauce is good enough, then, you know, you're just gonna have to go for the hot sauce. And you just kind of gotta stick with life that way sometimes. You know, you eat hot sauce, you drink hot sauce, you are hot sauce. Like me right now, I'm Tabasco. I think. Is that a brand or a thing that a Tabasco pepper or something like that? I don't know. Point is, whatever that is, that's what I am. It's going in the C tier because I do like it, but not that much. Truth serum. Generally, a secret agent will inject you with this if they're trying to figure out information that you won't tell them. And I don't really agree with them doing that. They just kind of do. And it's never fun. Or anyone involved. Also because usually, if I'm being truth serumed, I'm gonna say some stuff that no one wants to hear. Not because it's like mean or like, you know, just some odd thing. I'm just gonna say some of the strangest stuff you've ever heard. And you just need to know that it's true to me, not necessarily to you. That's how that works. Usually. Kind of. My point is, I think you all need to realize not much of what I say really makes any actual sense. Because of that, D tier. Bile. It rhymes with vile. What more can I say? I mean, honestly. What do you expect? It's disgusting. It comes out of a people. The 5,236 milliliters of lolly in my computer. There's none of that in my computer. I'm only into MILF. I just said that on the stream. Anyway, bile is like disgusting. Because it comes out of the gallbladder. Imagine being something named bile and coming out of the gallbladder. That's like the least two desirable places on the body. Gallbladder somehow sounds worse than bladder because it's like, oh, it's a bladder and there's something else on it that you also have to deal with. It's vomit, butt. Exactly. Don't want to deal with it. Bile is D tier liquid. Lava. Despite looking appetizing, much like toothpaste, lava is not edible. However, unlike toothpaste, lava will burn you. It will in fact hurt the insides of you and the outsides of you by being consumed, because it's just too hot to handle. Being molten rocks does not aid the situation. So, because lava, while looking edible and lovely, and as much as I want to eat lava, I cannot eat lava. None of us can ever eat lava. Because it's just not right. The world isn't ready for it yet. Lava is a D tier liquid. Next up, we have acid. Not LSD or anything. Literal acid. It will melt people. It will melt metal. It'll melt any organic compound depending on how it reacts to it. Now, I don't know about you, but I like being not melted. I like having my ions not be exchanged with other random liquids I come into contact with. That doesn't sound fun to me. I don't enjoy it. I don't want it to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, acid is a C... Actually, it's a D tier liquid. Fuck acid. Also, it's in fruits, and honest to God, who likes fruits? Hey, Dreeth. Next up, we got a base. Base is like acid, but the opposite in the sense that it's also an acid, but kind of not. Because it also burns things, but it doesn't burn things in the same way. It's kind of like, basically, if you put an acid and the base together, they'll neutralize each other. But, how can I put this? I like it more than acid, but only by association. Like I don't like acid at all, and because base is not acid, but it kind of is. Make weight reduction, I kind of get that. But nah, gotta say base C tier at best. And ladies and gentlemen, now we get to the final liquid on our list. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Liquid Snake of the Metal Gear Solid series. Now, I don't know what you guys think about Liquid Snake. Here's what I think. His name is Liquid. It's in the name. You cannot have a top liquids list without including Liquid Snake. It's in the name. He is the one who liquids are named after. Ergo, for S, Ironically, for solid is what that stands for. Liquid Snake is an S tier liquid. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the full list. So in S, actually, let's go from the bottom. D rank liquids. We got Dr. Pepper, beer, sand, people juice, napalm, the inside of an aerosol can, truth serum, bile, lava, and acid. For C tier liquids, we got Pepsi, we got sweat, we got mercury, we got gallium, we got seawater or salt water, whatever you want to call it. You don't know how to write tomorrow? Tomorrow has 2 R's in it. They're right next to each other. But hey, cool, you don't have school tomorrow. That's nice. I'll see if I can put up another little extra stream or whatever it is. This one's going to be kind of short. Salt water is in C rank, along with molten glass, food coloring, soup, gasoline, jello, toothpaste, LCD, liquid crystal display, deodorant, magic potions, hot sauce, and base. In B tier, we have blood, paint, egg yolk, milkshake, molten metal, broth, soap, as in hand soap, and hand sanitizer, because why? Why wouldn't we do that? A tier, we've got water, we've got milk, we've got apple juice, we've got pudding, spit, chicken nugget slime, and cake batter. And an S tier, ladies and gentlemen, we got him, Liquid Snake. You know what, just before I end, because I do want to have this stream keep going a bit, how about we just go, I'll put this on blank for a moment, and I'm gonna go find another tier list to show you guys. Let's see, what other tier list do I want to make? Huh. What tier list shall I do? Got a lot of options, don't have a lot of things to make tier lists actually about. What is this tier list gonna be like? Well then, alright, I guess we're going with this. Ladies and gentlemen, a tier list of every design of King Dedede of the Kirby series. So guys, about King Dedede, obviously we all love King Dedede, but not all Dededes are created equal. So we're gonna have to decide. This one, the one that looks oddly realistic and also kind of creepy, is going in S tier, clearly. What else would it go to? Next up, this face. I don't like the attitude this Dedede is giving me. He looks sassy. He looks unwilling to do the jobs that I would want him to do in Smash Bros. Ergo, C tier. Because he's still Dedede, but not like good Dedede. Cartoon Dedede looks like DuckTales. You know what? I like DuckTales well enough. S tier. Why not? This Dedede is evil, and he's also dark. Ergo, he's going to go in D for Dark Dedede. Next up, we've got... I can't even tell what the fuck this is, so he's going to go in D. I can't tell what this is either, but it is Cyan now, and Cyan starts with C, so let's put him in C tier. This Dedede looks like he belongs in Animal Crossing, because he looks like he's trying to give me something and trying to be my friend. I don't want him as a friend, though. He's going in the C tier. This one looks like it's on, like, a cereal mascot box. Like, you know those ones where they always have, like, that weird logo with, like, the frog and the bombs. Or wait, am I thinking of that thing from Fallout? Am I thinking of sugar bombs from Fallout? Sure. Anyway, it looks like a guy on like a snack food thing. Not a very fond guy of snack food is what I am, so I'm gonna put him in D tier. Same thing with this woman, he looks slightly older, and that's a little bit more homey, so he's gonna go in C. I like this. This is a rugged DDD. I like this DDD. He's got a very nice little pencil-drawn look, kind of the way I draw myself. He's gonna go in the S tier. Why not? This DDD is looking down on the world like a chessboard, because apparently that's entertaining to him. So you know what? I admire that. I don't want him to lead me. A tier. This one looks like he's tried to con me. This one looks like he would try to con me out of my money. I don't like that. D tier. This one looks low effort, but I respect it. B tier. This is Bowser from Mario. So he's going in S tier, because I like Bowser. This is one being high. I don't like people saying hi to me. D tier. This one is made of yarn. That's lazy, but it's also arts and crafts. Ergo, A tier for arts and crafts. This is the one smashing his hammer down. That's aggressive, and we don't like that where I work. Ergo, C tier. But it does show that he has authority, which is also why I put him in C tier. That's what I said. This one looks like it came out of one of those movies that goes direct to DVD, and they have like a bunch of assets for it that they kind of use, but not really. So yeah. C tier. Wait, no, D. Wait, no, C. No, D. D. D, D, D. D, D, D. This looks like D to D in his younger years when he was bright and happy. I don't like naive people. D tier. This one looks scary. He's got the helmet, he's got the hammer. But I do respect his authority. I'm gonna put him in C tier. We got this sad DDD over here. He's very sad, probably about his wife leaving him, and then he has to go capture Princess Peach or whatever. I don't know what King DDD does. Or, wait, does he try to capture animals? What is King DDD's thing? Why does Kirby want to keep killing him? What did he do? What did he do to warrant this? You know what? Never mind. I'll figure that out later. He looks sad. Looks like he's reflecting on his actions. You know what? Character development is great. Let's put him in A tier. Then we have this one. It looks like he's relishing in the joy of smashing something. I don't like violence like that, so he's gonna go in the C tier. This one looks evil. Again, dark goes for D, but he's not that dark. He is kind of purpley, which is above dark, so like a little closer to pink purple as opposed to purple purple. So, C tier. Not quite super dark, but you know, dark enough. I can't even tell what this is the picture of. Is that his stomach with a mouth on it? I can't tell. What is that? Doesn't matter. It's going in the D tier, because D for don't understand what I'm looking at. This looks like that, but with a top hat. S tier. This is a robot. It's not even a person is what it's not. It's not even human. It's robot, and that's what it is, so it's going in the A tier. The A stands for robot, the A is silent. This DDD is happy. Happiness disgusts me. D tier for disgust. This one is evil, but he's, you know, pretty comfortable with it. B tier for being comfortable with yourself. This one is where he became, I can't even tell what this is supposed to be, a samurai? For cultural representation, it's gonna go in the A tier. This one looks like his hammer's getting blown away like an umbrella in a windstorm. Sounds like his problem to me. C tier. Here he is, a nice, happy, well-rendered little photo, probably from Smash Bros. Smash starts with a C. Ergo, A tier. This is a giant robot that barely resembles him, but you know what? I like the way it looks. B tier for a bot. And finally, because the rest are just repeats. Actually, wait, one of them isn't. Hold on. I'll get to that one in a minute. This one, he looks content with life. B tier. And the last two, Chad DDD. Oh wait, there are a few left. Never mind. This one is kind of like the first one, but like even more derp. But it still doesn't have as much detail. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. Not quite top tier material. Oh, and then, guys, we got buff as fuck DDD. Look at that strength. Looks like a matchup. Oh, good stuff. S tier for buff DDD, and of course, the Chad DDD, where the D stands for Chad. The C is silent, or the D is silent, and it's also invisible. What's up, bros? S rank. Huh. I still don't like doing streams for less than an hour, so let's keep going here for a little bit. Let's see, what other weird esoteric thing can I find? Something weird. Oh, here's one. What monster would I date? We got plenty of categories here. We got your one ideal monster, tier S, tier A, tier B, tier C, garbage, just friends, hot but wouldn't date, and can't even consider it. Well, for obviously cat girl, cat boy, that's gotta go all the way to the top. That's the one ideal monster. Absolutely no. Gotta be cat boy. Honestly, hot but wouldn't date, gotta be a clone of me, you know? I respect it. I get what you got going on. The whole thing with having a giant gun in the front of your head. I get it. You got LEDs, you got cool looking eyes that you literally just press a button in Photoshop to get. You're lazy, but I understand you. Problem is that you are me, and I know how many mistakes you're gonna make. Some of which delaying streams by like almost 30, 40 minutes sometimes. Because you're a monster. But moving on. Yeah, Hoppa would not date you. Let me see. Ghouls. If it's like a Tokyo ghoul, I wouldn't want to date them. If it's like a normal ghoul that's like a shambling zombie with slightly more sense than a normal zombie, still wouldn't date them. Zombie. I would not date a zombie. That's just, I mean, it depends. How good is her personality at that point? Because, you know, it's like, if it's a really nice zombie that is very likable, then sure, why not? Why not? Sure, zombie. Actually, I'll put it in B. Why not? If the zombie's got a nice personality, I'd consider it. Witches are cool. S tier. Umineko taught me that. Angels. Could be cool, not necessarily cool. Can I play Goat Simulator? It's fun and funny. I will, probably eventually. I think I have that on computer, but like, I don't know. I'll have to look for it. Angels, sure, why not? I've heard they're heavenly. Bigfoot. Just friends. He seems like a nice guy, but, you know. Centaur. Okay, so. I do not wish to reenact the centaur nipple debate live. And as I've said before, we all aspire to reach the human nipple on the centaur, but we can't. It's just not available to us. So, unfortunately, guys, centaur is going to be in hot, but I wouldn't date. Demon. Now that sounds like a fun idea, but I don't want to give up my soul to just some random girl with wings. Angels do look like a lot of eyes put together. That is true, but you know what? I'm willing to make it work if they are. I'm willing to not be afraid. If they are willing to give me a shot. Dragons. I gotta be honest, dragons don't do it for me. I'm not into dragons. Don't want to dragon anything. Don't want to dragon these nuts in your mouth or whatever. Or drag these nuts in your face, or whatever the joke is. Just friends, but like cool friends to where it's like we give each other gold and stuff. I don't know. Ghost. I would date a ghost. It'd be kind of weird. But, you know, I'd be up for it. Mainly because they can't touch anything. Gorgons. I don't want to date a Gorgon because I don't want to get frozen in the eyes, turned to stone, and I can't even consider it. Harpies. I'd be afraid of hurting their little bird wings. And I don't think they're like angels in the sense that they can heal. Plus, they'd probably try to drown me. So, hot but wouldn't date. Kelpie. That's straight up just a water horse. I don't know why you're asking me if I date a Kelpie, because I'm not going to do it. Mermaid. Yeah, just friends. Nah. Cannot do a mermaid. Thought about it. Considered it. Not doing it. No mermaid for me. Not a mermaid man. Mothman. You gotta date Mothman. Someone's gotta date Mothman. We gotta give him something. Otherwise, he's just a moth and also a man. But not enough of either to be loved by anyone. A mummy, but fleshy. Like, how fleshy are we talking here? Like, thick or like... No. Not doing it. Robot. Well, as an android, I hate robots, but... if she's a cute robot... sure. Granted, I would have to help her with the CAPTCHA tests, but, you know, maybe it's a price I'm willing to pay. Selkie. I don't remember what this is. Hold on, let me look up what a Selkie is. What is a Selkie? What? I don't think it's even a made-up creature. Hold on. A Selkie is a mythical shapeshifter who can alternate between fish and mermaids. Okay, Selkies... sure, that might be the compromise for mermaids. Let's put that in A tier. Why not? That sounds cool. Shapeshifter. I think that would be someone useful to know. And also just like a cool person to know. Yeah, sure. Shapeshifter. S. Why not? Skeleton. I could go for a skeleton. Probably tell funny bone jokes. I would hope. I tell funny human jokes. Sure, I would bone a skeleton. Why not? Tier S. Slime. If it's like Rimuru from Slime, then sure. If not, then absolutely not. Why would I? So yeah, that's my thought on that. Slime. Let's put slime in A. Just to split the difference. A Snurson. A snake person. I'm guessing kind of like a Lamia. I don't want to be strangled in my sleep by a giant snake tail. I feel like that'd feel kind of rough. Just friends. I'm sorry. Mia from Monster Musume. Succubus. Eh. Actually, yeah, just friends. Why not? Gotta be honest, not super into, yeah, not doing that. Tengu. Sure. Why not? C tier. I'd date a Tengu. I know what that is. Why not? Trolls. I'm okay with dating a troll. I think that a tall woman would be nice. Why not? They're trolls. As am I, kind of, arguably. But more of a metaphorical one as opposed to a literal one. Point is, B tier. Vampire. Vampire girls sound like a great idea until you have to deal with them, like, trying to bite you for sustenance. And I know that sounds hot, but, I mean, think about it, guys. Like, do you really want to deal with that? Do you really want to deal with a girl constantly trying to suck your blood and turn you into a vampire? Because, yeah, that could be cool, but think about it like this. If you wind up together for literally eternity, and eventually she decides she hates you, and then leaves, you're kind of stuck as a vampire. You know? And you can't really do much at that point other than just still be a vampire. So...
Need a place with more space?
It's gonna be here. It's still kind of hot. Why not? Were creatures as opposed to just a werewolf. Let's do werewolf first. Honestly, not in the werewolves. Don't really like the idea of dating, you know, a literal furry. Unless, you know, maybe they're not that into it. Who knows? Let's see. And... Nah, can't do it. I don't want to put garbage, but C tier. Where creatures, depends on the creature. Maybe if they were like a jellyfish, that'd be kind of cool, but like... Nah. Overall, C tier. That's my thoughts on monsters to date, for some reason. And that is roughly over an hour, everyone. Thank you for showing up to my stream where I did a bunch of tier lists. Honestly, I didn't really expect to do this many, but hey, you know, the official Liquid tier list and a few other jokes you can tell yourself. So anyways, that's about what that's about. Were creatures is like if they it's like a werewolf, but they turn into other things other than a wolf. Like a horse, or a jellyfish, or like a cat, I suppose. And yeah, that's fine, you know, that's okay, but eh. The website is called Tier List Maker. It's tiermaker.com. That's it. Anyways, guys, I have been Arrowhead. I stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 4 p.m. PST or 7 p.m. EST. Same time, you know, just said differently. Now, I will also apparently start doing some Gorilla streams a little later on. Who knows when I'll start doing that, but hey, I'll just pop in, you'll see me streaming, hey, just feel free to stop by, why not? I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I hope you all have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Goodbye for now.